All right. How do you think the great economic reset may impact crypto?
Excellent question. So in March, Americans discovered what a price shock felt like, right? Certain grocery items were not available. Certain food items skyrocketed. Okay. Real estate, home prices skyrocketed as people flooded out of cities. And people have discovered that their dollar doesn't go far, that the fiat currency that they thought they didn't have to think about, because no one in America thinks about foreign exchange because they've got the dollar. Okay. They discovered that this money doesn't work for me in this environment. And when they were introduced to a new form of money, and then PayPal comes in and gives them a way to protect their dollar purchasing power by owning crypto. Now you're like, oh, okay, what does that mean? That means you can put crypto in a PayPal account. If the crypto rises in value, okay, the amount of dollars that you'll have available to use via your PayPal debit card will also rise. And people are figuring out, particularly with the amount of money that's being printed or handed out or not handed out, right? Like these PPE loans that went to large corporations while, hairdressers and small businesses went out of business. This kind of behavior is not escaping the eye of the public, right? The Fed used to be able to print money, and you used to be able to pass tax laws that say favored bigger players, but you can't do that anymore without garnering attention, right? So rather than go out and throw a brick through someone's window because you're upset, there's a way to have a constructive revolution. Like Ray Dalio, who we talked about at the start of the show, the big hedge fund manager, is talking about America is set up the way other countries have been set up to have kind of a civil war or a revolution. I don't disagree with that. I just think the revolution is on Coinbase and Binance and in crypto. So you can vote with your feet and say, you know what? I don't really want this system anymore. I don't want this currency. I want to have it, but I want to have something else too. And then, of course, there's the idea that not only is crypto the future of money, but crypto is also the future of tech investing. Okay. For example, Snow is a software company, cloud computing. What do they own? Software, right? Code, their way of doing things in the computer world. Okay. They're worth, I believe, 107 billion on the last check. Snapchat is worth 71 billion. Ethereum is 68 billion, and Chainlink is 5 billion. So in altcoins, right, which is, historically it's like I don't know. For us, it's exciting, but outside of crypto, it's like, oh my God, that's the dirty word. Wrong. There's a new reset in altcoins as the future of technology and the future of technology investing. So the Great Reset has, caused a lot of pain and trauma in the world, as you know. But it's also helped people see crypto as a bright, shining light. And I think that continues through the first half of 2021.
All right. Thank you, Bill. That was definitely great. Yeah. So this definitely seems to be like something that's pretty big here. So I haven't been keeping too much tabs on the news, but I've been kind of pulling this up here on Google. So this has been proposed by the World Economic Forum. So they really are trying to reset everything. right? I know this kind of might trigger some conspiracy theories, right, with the whole New World Order here. But they even have a website for this and diagrams and everything on how they can pretty much reset everything. So definitely a thing worth looking into, right? Because this is the site, weforum.org. There's an urgent need for global stakeholders to cooperate in simultaneously managing the direct consequences of COVID-19. But I mean, I think regardless of what happens, I think everything is bullish for crypto, right? I think we're now living in a post-pandemic world, and people are beginning to realize that not being in crypto, as we mentioned before, is a financial crime. People are losing their purchasing power. And for people to preserve that purchasing power, they have to go into alternative assets. They have to get outside of dollars. Because if we go to capital markets, they're just being pumped up. But if you actually denominate them in Bitcoin, they're losing, they're crashing, right? So people are losing purchasing power. So even though it looks like things are going up on paper, what people could buy now versus what they could buy 10 years ago is not the same. And for those who've seen the Michael Saylor interviews, he basically says his company got into Bitcoin because of that, because they're basically losing about 15% purchasing power every single year. So where do you think you'll be in 5 years? I mean, so if a billionaire with $1 billion company can see the future and start putting his corporate treasury into Bitcoin, I mean, I think that means that everybody should be getting into crypto, right? Because we definitely don't want to be the last ones, right? So that's why I think it's very crucial for all of us to tell all our friends to get into crypto. Not telling your friends to get into crypto is a financial crime, because 5 years down the road, when they lose their purchasing power, if you're losing 15% every single year, that's insane. I mean, that's almost getting to zero in 5 years, right? So definitely tell all your friends to get into crypto, and tell all your friends to tune in Sunday, 6 p.m. every Sunday on Token Metrics YouTube and podcast and everywhere to get our content, right? There's actually a comment here from Jasim saying, I wish Token Metrics will have 100,000 subscribers by 2021. We all work for that? Yes. Thank you, Jasim.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Bill, any comments as well?
Folks, I think an under-discussed topic is crypto as the peaceful revolution. You know, I saw a meme once of, you know, on one side, it was someone being upset because there was a lockdown. And on the other side, it was a crypto trader smiling because crypto traders are famous for staring in front of their screens and devoting a lot of time to their work. Crypto is something that has gone from being something you can make fun of to something you have to have. I was on a panel discussion for some conference last week. And boy, did I give the equities guys the business about crypto and what it means for people to be free from markets that are controlled by central banks, right? Another under discussed topic, right? Yes, equities do go up because the Fed's buying them. Crypto is more volatile. Yes, crypto is harder, but crypto is a free market, right? And in the Great Reset, the concept of a free market matters, because it's not often you can say that I can go to this place like crypto. I can go here and I can be free, right? You can't run around anymore and say, oh, look, I'm free. It's not a different world. The freedom is in crypto.
Yeah, well said, well said. So question here, Bear Metal says, about the Great Reset, do you hedge part of your crypto against crypto, like with Pax Gold? And is there something else we could use with it that's not tied to fiat, like USDT? Good question. I think you have to kind of hedge all around. So if you notice our indices, they look at, obviously they have Bitcoin, they have crypto, they have stablecoin, and they have Pax Gold. So they're trying to get exposure to all kinds of different assets. And some of them even have exposure to stablecoins for the euro, for the renminbi, and some other currencies, right? So it's hedging all across the board. All right, so tell us what you think about the Great Reset down below. What do you think will happen to crypto?